some persons access their pension via checks. So you would find that particularly government pensions, maybe you may have persons coming into the bank with checks and encashing their pension checks and being assisted by caregivers coming into the bank when they're encashing their checks. And subsequently, maybe years later, you may hear an elderly client say that, they don't have any money. They don't have access to their funds. They don't know where their pension money has been going. And as time goes by, you may not get a full explanation from the elderly client as to how their pension money may have been depleted. Particularly why they would have authorized certain transactions that may not have been in their best interests. The pro and the huge advantage of digital banking, particularly passing your pension money through a bank account, is that you would be able to say, on such and such date, certain transactions would have happened. On such and such time, certain actions would have happened as it relates to my account as an elderly person. And as in the context of, a caregiver being joined to an elderly person's account. And I say caregiver, persons who provide care to elderly persons, and includes family members. So it is not the norm to see the medical professionals or persons hired to come to a client's home to provide care to be joined on an account. It's not the norm. It's not something that we would usually encounter, while it may be a relationship that may be entered into from the perspective of the client, the elderly client, making the decision to make someone joined once they are mentally capable to do so and mentally capable to handle their financial affairs. They are free to do so. But I would say that is not the norm that we see. So in the context of caregiver, be it also including family members, you may see family members being joined on accounts where pension checks can pass through. And in that instance, it makes it easier to record what happens with the pension. When you access your pension, just directly encash the pension check, because sometimes you just need the pension check right away. The risk that you take is that you don't have a record of what happens next with your pension. And it may be later down the line that it is discovered that your pension funds may have been misappropriated. And we're not ascribing blame to any caregiver or any particular family member or any person in that regard, but it just may be that may have happened. What, in my opinion, may lower the risk in relation to that is the passing of the pension through a bank account. I mean, we have all heard instances where elderly persons have really just almost come to a destitute status when you would have known that person working all their life, not being frivolous in terms of their finances and making purchases, and their money is completely depleted. When you don't have records of how your money is being used, it is open to abuse. So I would say it is important to have that money pass through a bank account, pass through some way where it could be recorded, so that in the future you can rest assured that my money was not misappropriated.